I have to say, because I'm super excited about this, and I'm not going to let anyone else talk now that we're actually like really recording.
Thank God.
I got the best news ever today. You know, I woke up and my day was looking to be pretty good. I started my day the traditional millennial way with some avocado toast on rye, and it was very nice. And I get to work, and it's a usual work day. It's kind of slow. I get to catch up on some stuff, and then, like literally 20 minutes ago, I get the absolute best news, where the guitarist in my band asks me, and the group at large, if his friend Mad Clock can play with us. And I'm like, who is Mad Clock? What does he play? And he's like, oh, he's like a psychedelic horrorcore rapper. And I'm like, you mean a juggalo?
Does sound like a juggalo.
He said yes. So not only was Rich in a juggalo band at some point, but we're going to play juggalo songs, and I've never been so excited.
Honestly, I think the biggest part we need to unbox from that is the dude's name is Mad Clock.
Yeah, Mad Clock.
What a name. What a name.
I don't know how to feel about that name. I'm going to be totally honest. Like,
I feel very positive about it.
I also feel very positive about it.
All right.
I feel like you'd have to be a chump to not be positive.
Or just a bitter,
true.
spiteful person who hates everything.
It's a perfect juggalo name. Mad
Yeah,
Clock?
it's a good juggalo name. Mine would be like... Honestly, I can't think of one better than Mad Clock off the top of my head. That guy's got it. He's got a good name.
You can be Yif Daddy.
Oh, there it is.
I already am Yif Daddy. That's my Snapchat and Instagram name.
I mean, those are solid. Those are solid, though. I'm not
Very solid names, yeah.
I'm not mad.
All right.
Okay.
Yif Daddy does not sound like a juggalo, though.
No. You sound like
A
a
sad
white
person.
boy from the country who likes to be rapping but isn't good at it.
It
Damn.
sounds like a furry.
How does it feel to be called out like
Also
that,
a
Jackson?
furry. I don't think I've ever heard Jackson. Well, I was about to say I've never heard Jackson rap, but hey, the beginning of the last episode, all y'all heard that.
Is your mama a thought?
So
That is true.
that was fantastic.
That was real good.
Yeah. Gucci Mane. Rest in peace.
That's my favorite thing I've ever worked on.
I'm glad to hear that I could make your day brighter.
Like,
I'm
I've worked on
not.
some pretty dumb shitpost projects, but my goodness, it's such a good one.
As long as you don't mind me bringing her into the podcast, like, your sister does fucking amazing shitpost work.
Oh, she really does.
She
Actually,
commits.
that reminds me, she had some stuff that she wanted me to tell you.
Oh God.
And she wanted me to tell you here so that she could hear it back later. So I sent her that rap that I made for Jackson,
Yeah, of course.
and then
Thank you.
we started chatting a little bit. And she's like, oh, hey, guess what happened to me? And she sends me pictures of like super scraped up knee, scraped up arm, scraped up hand, scraped up other knee. And I'm like, well, what happened? I'll just read you her responses here. She's like, well, you see, I was walking along, respecting women, when all of a sudden I got jumped by 3 alpha chads who sought me out solely due to the
my
fact that
God.
I'm an oppressed minority. A gamer, you know.
Dude, I've been saying that for years, man. Gamers have it harder than anyone else, dude. If you're a gamer, you have it worse than like people who had to deal with like apartheid.
Oh, without
Agreed.
a doubt.
Agreed.
And then, of course, you know, after she beat them at their own fight and she went to return home, she slipped on some mud and ate pavement and went into mild shock.
What a fucking gamer.
Fucking amazing.
Luckily, due to past experiences, she knew how to react, which is by laying on the floor giggling at the fact that since she's covered in sweat, she could make fart noises with her lower back against the floor. But the better part of that is she started having flashbacks to Spy Kids, because last time she hurt herself was when she was like watching the Spy Kids series out of some misguided nostalgia.
Now, is that like a last time she like fell or last time like she hurt herself to see if she still feels?
Damn.
I don't know. I'll have
Jesus
to ask her for
Christ.
details
Kids,
about
too.
why she bit pavement last time.
when Junie was hanging out with that spider monkey, she just didn't know if she
See.
was really anymore.
The funny thing, though, is the first thing that she thought of when she fell down was, oh crap, I don't want to watch Spy Kids again.
Why? Why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Holy shit. Nah.
That's okay. We should have her on the podcast sometime.
Yeah, we
Confirmed.
definitely should. So that way she can tell this story and have it be better.
Also, so we can get a 4th person in this Discord.
Also, so we
Yeah,
can get a
we need, like,
minority in this Discord.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're all kind of minority.
Well,
I can't even
we're-
say that.
Nah, you can't think of this straight face, can you?
I can't commit to this bit. I can't do this bit.
It's good, but it's not that good, man.
I just don't.
I don't think
We
we
may
should.
be gamers, but we're not gamer girls. It's different.
That's true.
I just
Those
don't
are
want to.
those
I
are
just
different.
don't refer to myself as a minority
No.
Nah,
because
'cause
I play
see,
video. Yeah, it's just.
it's
I'm done. I'm done with this bit. This bit's over. This bit's canceled.
No, actually, though, it would be nice to have like not just three straight white dudes on the podcast.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, was the alternate
It's
title
really
of this
offensive of you
podcast.
to assume that I'm straight, but okay.
You
How could you,
never
Dan?
implied it otherwise, despite my advances. So
You're look,
Listen.
straight, gay, bi.
nobody's attracted
It's
to me.
you.
I get it. I get
I'm gonna
it.
say,
I
you're-
get it. Yep. Fucking asshole.
Yeah. Hang out with Quentin Tarantino or something.
Yeah, because that's what I want. I want to hear him talk about feet more. What are you
Is
drinking,
feet and
Noah?
direct
I
is
hear you
just like a
drinking
thing?
something. I'm gonna call you
I'm
out.
drinking wine. I'm drinking wine because
hold
it's a
up.
good
Ooh,
day.
Hold up.
I'm drinking beer right now. So
I
you and
have
me
an
both.
Angry
Almost
Orchard.
was drinking beer.
I have an Angry Orchard. Give me 2 seconds.
You're like almost like you got it to your mouth and you just forgot and started drinking wine instead.
I got it all the way to my mouth, and then it just started pouring everywhere. I'm like, damn, I have a drinking problem, and I switched to wine, and everything's better.
That was terrible, and you should fucking feel bad for it.
I like that one.
How dare you?
Go-
How the
do that
fuck
one
dare
again.
you?
I want that one again.
That's a
hold on, hold
classic.
on, hold
That's
on.
from Airplane.
I know it is.
What are
Hold
you-
on.
what are you
Hold on 1
drinking?
second. Shh. Let's see if I can hear it. Nope, not really. I lied.
That's
I'm sorry.
the worst noise.
Nah,
It
man.
sounded
was
like you
bad.
just kind of farted at the mic.
Oh man. For all you know, I
Is
did.
there reverse ASMR? Because that's what that was.
Isn't I mean, for me, all ASMR is reverse ASMR. Have we talked about that on the podcast? How I find ASMR
Yeah, we
super
did,
fucking
I think.
creepy.
I agree. I
Yeah.
feel like we talked about it, but maybe
may
not.
have
Sounds
talked
really
about it not on
familiar,
podcast.
but I feel like we might have had to cut it because I think that might have been our hour and a half long episode that I just had to.
Fuck is that?
Nothing. I don't know. My cat or something beats me.
Oh, okay, it's your roommate.
Guys, this cat I have, like this little kitten I got, he farts like a motherfucker. Like I'll be like laying, he'll be like snuggling next to me in my bed, and he'll just fart, and it just starts to smell. And he like looks at me like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess nothing."
Oh, it's fantastic.
The other day I woke up and he had put a $20 bill next to me on my bed.
Aw.
Now he had like torn it up and he had stolen it from my bank, but still, it was a nice gesture. He was paying rent. Oh, he's coming on my desk right now.
Here, I
What's up,
thought
buddy?
maybe he had stolen the money for you or something nice. I thought actually you were making the story up to
That's
see if
what I
we
was
were
hoping. I'm
actually
gonna have to-
paying attention.
I'm gonna put him to work on the street.
Dad?
Oh,
Like Oliver Twist.
so what kind of beer are you drinking, Jackson?
I am drinking Kanaha Blonde Ale.
Is this a fucking
By
beer
Kona
review?
Brewing
Is this,
Company.
is this
It's
an alcohol review podcast now? Is that what we are? Is that how far we've
should
fallen?
be.
No.
It is. It's
not
a
that bad.
Hawaiian. It's a Hawaiian brewery. It's a mango infused blonde ale.
That actually sounds kind of cool.
Yeah,
That
it's
actually
good.
does sound pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If I wasn't drinking this 19 Crimes Pinot Noir, I would be drinking Yingling because that's the only beer that I've found that I actually kind of like right now.
Yingling is representing for our hometown or home state, I guess. If you
Represent
drink Yingling, you're a
Pennsylvania.
true Pennsylvania boy.
PA
Yingling,
pride.
and we got Rolling Rock too.
I've never had that one though.
Rolling Rock is really bad. Even down here, where we're like halfway across the country from the brewery, it's $4 for a 6-pack.
Oh
Jesus.
gosh.
It's. I remember we used to drink that when I was 21 and in high school, because I was 21.
Oh yes, of course.
And yeah, we used to drink it because you can get in Pennsylvania like a 24-pack of Rolling Rock for like $15.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
so ridiculously cheap. It's like you might. It's a beer for poor people.
I
Kinda
already like this beer.
Pabst, but somehow worse because it's local and you should have local pride.
I kind of like PBR.
You're allowed.
You're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I prefer it over like Bud Light or like Miller Lite.
That's fair.
It's probably like my favorite cheap beer. We're up there with cheap beer.
See, it's the Bud Light stigma I can't get past. It's like I don't want to be associated with
Bud
anyone
Light.
as, oh yeah, that's the guy that drinks Bud Light. You know?
Exactly. I don't. That's precise. The beer itself, fine, I guess, but I can't drink it.
As far as cheap beers go, it's fine. It's a little sweet, but whatever.
You know what we have in Texas? The big one down here is Lone Star.
Ooh, I like the name.
It's basically like it's super cheap. Like you can get a 12-pack of it for again like $15. It's good. Actually, I think 12 packs for like $10. It's real cheap, and it's pretty good. It goes well with like a lime, and it's just It's basically just a Bud Light and Coors Light. It's just like a lager cheap beer, but it's nice. It's cheap and it's a Texas thing.
Nice. How about you, Dan? Is there anything local to Philly that you want to shout out?
Nah, man.
The Eagles.
Philly is pretty much the same beer as everywhere else. Or rather, I don't drink beer, so I wouldn't know.
That's fair as well.
I
only
did
got
have
into it recently.
The only thing I have had recently that I was like, holy shit, Jesus, what the fuck? Why is my computer so loud?
I can't hear it, so you're fine.
I can't either.
I mean, that's
ruining the podcast.
I feel like you guys are missing the point here, but whatever.
You
the
did
only
make
thing I've had
yourself conscious,
recently
and I
is
turned
this,
off my AC though. So
is this I don't even remember what it's called. Begin with a G. This hard cider
Goat.
from Jersey
Gorgonzola.
that was like
Could have been Gorgonzola.
phenomenal. It was
I think
just,
it was Gorgonzola.
It could have been Gordon Ramsay.
It was
Ooh,
neither
Gordon
of those
Ram-
things.
That's probably more accurate. I
There's
think
a lot
he is
of
from
options for
Jersey,
what it
isn't
could
he?
have been.
Although I will say, if I were going to have
Not New
one, I
Jersey,
would have
though.
had it from. I would have liked to have the Gordon Ramsay one. That would have been cool.
I think I would drink a Gordon Ramsay flavored beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Not
just
a
like
beer by Gordon Ramsay. A beer that tastes like Gordon Ramsay.
What do you think
mean,
Gordon Ramsay
of
tastes
course.
like? Exactly.
Probably like sweat and like probably like a little bit of kitchen grease.
I was gonna say salt because he's around so much seasoning and because he's such a salty person.
He's not
there's gotta be
though.
some
He's
salt in
really
there.
not. He's a fucking chill dude. He's just it's a character that he puts on for all of his shows.
yeah.
I mean,
He's really
that's fair,
fucking
but have
passionate
you
about
seen
his
him
work.
in chill dude mode? Like those frantically cut cooking videos that you see on YouTube? Those
No.
are fantastic.
They're pretty good.
They're his
Yeah, Gordon
videos where
Ramsay.
he's like cooking a
Just at the
burger
house?
or something. Not the burger video specifically. There's like shepherd's pie. That's a good one. It's like classic English shepherd's pie or
He's got
something.
a good beef Wellington video too.
Oh yeah, but like that
I made
shepherd's
it.
pie video is cut like a weird, edgy early 2000s new metal video with how like harsh and sped up the footage is.
I love this.
It's fantastic.
Can Gordon Ramsay get a better editor, please?
No.
I had another point. Oh, okay. So my weakness when it comes to beers. I'm a craft beer guy. I've become a craft beer guy as of late. You know, living in Austin, there's just so many local breweries that are making these craft beers, and you might as well partake in one or two.
As someone who lives in Austin.
Yeah, Austin's a pretty big craft beer hub. But there's one thing that I just immediately go for with a craft beer that just sells me on it. And I'm not. I'm more of a lager person, but I also drink like a nice blonde ale or an IPA.
As you do.
But
As you do.
yeah, why wouldn't I? You know, it's alcohol. It's poison to your liver and poison to my heart.
Exactly.
And
I help
wasn't
about
there
it.
that study that was like, no amount of alcohol is good for you?
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
there's
I
also
would
studies that
believe
say red wine is good for you. So
I mean,
Yeah, but those studies are saying that it's good for you the same way grape juice is good for you. So like,
yeah.
grape juice is just objectively better. But anyway, I don't know too much about alcohol science, but you know, live your guys' lives. I did live mine. And craft beer, if it has a name that's based on like a book or an author, I'm immediately sold on it.
That seems like a real.
Like I was look,
that's fair. I'll
yeah,
accept
I
that.
was looking at beer yesterday, and I got a pumpkin ale. But by the same company next to it was a guava IPA, which sounds kind of cool, called Paradise Lost, and I almost bought that instead. Because I if there's one thing I love in this world, it's literature.
Is this
And-
your segue
and
into
hentai.
French literature?
and
I know.
hentai.
I mean, I could talk more about French literature, but it's just basically a bunch of sad people. You know,
I mean-
it's like the classic French stereotype of like a sad dude smoking a cigarette. I love it.
A little bit, yeah.
God, I wish that was me.
I mean, well, you're halfway
you know,
there.
stuff
You're
like-
already sad. Now all you need to do is start smoking cigarettes.
I have. I bought a pack of cigarettes like 4 weeks ago. I guess
Just
a
so
month.
you can
You could
smoke them
call
and be
it.
sad.
And I still have it. Like it's still like halfway full. Every like week, I'm like, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I'm like, this is unpleasant.
That's
This was a
fair.
bad plan. I have made a mistake here.
I'm like, I don't like this too much. But yeah, the French literature, I like it all. You know, I like me some Voltaire, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, been reading Charles Baudelaire as of late. You know, even like Hemingway spent some time in French. His first couple novels have a lot of French influence on them. You gotta look at your dude. Edgar Allan Poe actually was not really French. I don't think he went to France, but he was well received in France by a lot of people. Charles Baudelaire is actually famous, not for his own work, like Du Fleurs de Mort or whatever it is, Flowers of Death, but he's actually more famous for translating Edgar Allan Poe's work to French, where he was well received during his lifetime, instead of how he's in America, which is, you know, he went relatively unknown and died alone, and then was famous afterwards.
I mean, technically, we all die alone.
Not always.
I mean, listen, at the very end, man, nobody follows you into the dark. It's just you by yourself.
Well, Well, I mean, maybe not.
Unless
Maybe like if two people die at the same time, they just kind of go together. It's like a
don't think
bus.
that's how that works.
It could be like a bus, and like every 10 minutes it takes a round of people.
Isn't it a boat?
It's like
Usually, like,
chill.
it's supposed to be a
come
boat?
on, guys.
Fucking
Yeah.
across the river. There are sticks.
So you just
or
gotta
whatever.
hope you don't die at like the same time as like a really shitty person and have to wait at the bus stop with them.
Just a
I'm just
really
imagining
smelly
you going
dude.
across.
Oh god, I died at the same time as Fred Durst. This is gonna be great.
Oh, poor guy.
Awkward.
Yeah.
You know, fun story actually. Fred Durst is a stand-up fellow, and it's
He actually is not. He's not a bad dude.
super surprising.
You know, I'm sorry, Fred Durst. I didn't mean it. You just,
Yes, you did.
you know, you're a quintessential scumbag. You know, with the hat backwards, kind of, you know, can't curb his attitude. You know, I couldn't help but pick fun.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
So
without
Fred
a doubt.
Durst, Fred Durst, if you're watching, or listening, I guess you can really watch me. If you're watching me right now, please stop. If you're listening to the podcast, I'm sorry.
Did you ever read his AMA on Reddit? It was actually really good.
I didn't, but it sounds like
Oh
a
gosh, he
good
like
trip.
someone came up to him, or not came up to him, you know, the questions. Someone asked him, "Oh, so do you have like a new model every morning put your hat on backward for you?" And he's just like, "Yeah, I have a model do it, and if they don't get the angle exactly right to the right degree, then I don't get them a new bathing suit that year." I'm just
Amazing.
like, what?
That's amazing.
Fred, you savage.
The dude just embraces who he is now. It's so fantastic.
Yeah.
I will be honest. I have no idea who this is, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I almost did the Rage Against the Machine, come winning that, but that's not him.
No.
He didn't do that one.
No, he's the singer for Limp Bizkit, who is my favorite band.
Wow.
Which is
bold choice.
It's not a popular opinion, but my goodness, I freaking love Limp
What's your
Bizkit.
favorite album by them?
I love the first three a lot, but Chocolate Starfish. Oh,
Thank
shoot,
you.
no.
And the
Maybe
hot
not
dog flavored water, dude.
Maybe not Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water. It might be. No, it's definitely that one. I don't know what I'm saying.
What a name. What a name for
it's
an album.
so good. It's a classic.
This segues into what I wanted to talk about today, which is rap.
Okay.
I want to talk about hip hop. I want to talk about rap. I want to talk about that genre.
I do love
I'm
rap,
out.
hip
Bye,
hop,
guys.
and that genre.
So I'm gonna start it off with Kanye West.
Oh my gosh, what a trip. I
What a
freaking
trip.
love Kanye West.
Okay, good opinion. Good opinion. Dan.
Do you have an opinion on Kanye West?
Not besides the fact that he is a fucking goddamn master at branding and marketing himself. No, not really.
That's true.
Good opinion. Good opinion. Yeah.
I will. I know nothing about
Go
him.
ahead, Dan.
It's bad.
Live your life.
I have no concept of 90% of this of the 99.9% of this genre. So I apologize.
Honestly, I don't know too much about a lot of it, but I've been listening to Ye lately, his newest album, and it's fantastic.
It's really good. It's like
really good.
perfect sad boy music, and it's also like
Perfect.
kind of.
I'm a
I
sad boy.
don't want to call it deep, but it's got a lot of really good stuff going on.
It does. I like the song "Wouldn't Leave." You know, like for his wife. That's a nice one. Mm-hmm. Even though they're going through financial stuff, you know, he's like, "You wouldn't leave," and I love that about you. Mm-hmm. And then there's the classic "Ghost Town" with Party Next Door, who I really like as a like a
freaking
hook
goodness.
singer. Yeah, he's great. He's been great. He was on St. Pablo, I believe, was the track he was on before. He's done work with Drake before. He's been all around, and he does good work across the board. I love him.
Like I said, dude does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, and that's just a good album. I've been listening to that lately. So outside of Kanye, though, I gotta talk about some beef that's been going on in the game.
Oh,
Which is Nicki Minaj and Cardi B.
that is not the beef I thought you were going to mention, and I'm so excited to hear about
I
it.
honestly also did not think that's where you were going.
Wait, where did you think I was going?
I thought you were going to talk about Eminem and MGK because that's the beef
Yep.
everyone wants to talk about
I was
right
gonna
now.
talk about
Yep.
that, but I just don't care.
That's
It's like, do I want to
really
talk?
fair.
Do I want to talk about an old dude making jokes at a rapper that I don't care about? I'm good.
Although, I do want to say, my goodness, his comeback track was really good.
It was good. It was really good. I mean, I don't hate MGK. I just don't really listen to him. I don't really know much about him. I have a friend who was really into him in high school. You know, hey, more power to you. He seems like a decent enough dude. Eminem, I just don't really. I mean, he's an old dude anymore, and it's fine. But like, you gotta realize, Eminem, his age shows so hard. You know, he's not that much older than Kanye.
No, he's not. But the references he makes, he's just a little behind the times at this point.
Yeah, like Kanye Kanye is honestly very. I'm gonna actually look up their ages right now. Like Kanye is not really trying to be a badass as much anymore.
No,
he's 41. You know, he's kind of accepting. He's like, I'm a bit older. I'm gonna make some music about how I feel and how I'm looking at the world, and that's a lot more respectable. Eminem's still trying to be like that badass. Just sometimes step it down. Andre 3000, when he turned like 35 or however old he was like, I'm stepping it down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eminem's 4 years older than Kanye.
Oof.
Yeah. So MGK's actually touring with Fall Out Boy right now. I know that because I was going to go to their concert in Austin a couple weeks from now, but I decided against it because like the stadium itself is kind of poor and the tickets are too expensive, and I don't really like much of the people they're touring with.
That's fair.
Plus the Fall Out Boy concert, like what am I going to do? Go in a pit with 15-year-old girls? I'll pass.
Implying there's a pit at a Fall Out Boy concert.
Honestly, like, why even bother going to a concert if there's no fucking pit?
Which is a great segue into my self-promotion, my shameless self-promotion, one might say. If anyone is in the area of Erie, Pennsylvania on... Oh, no, wait. By the time this comes out, it'll be long gone.
Oh, man. So, basically, what I'm hearing is... cut the last 10 seconds of footage, and I'm going to talk about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
Yep.
All right, cool. So, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, they've been beefing for a while. And actually, a couple weeks ago, they got into a physical fight. Like, they got into an actual fight. Now, of course, it wasn't like a... one beat knocked out the other one. It was basically just like some punches, some scratches, a little bit of like leg action going on. Nobody got seriously injured. They were pulled apart by their, people pretty much immediately. Yeah. But still, like a physical altercation coming out of a rap beef like that is a bit much, especially for like people who are that prominent. And I would urge you, if you think that Cardi B is better than Nicki Minaj, to I would say stop listening to the podcast. Yeah. But because I use fully structured sentences, you probably got bored within 2 seconds, so you're not here anymore. I don't like Cardi B. I don't like her music. No. It's not terrible. I just think it's lazy and it's weak.
No,
and
her attitude's kind of trash too.
Yeah, her attitude is so bad. Whereas Nicki Minaj I actually respect as a female figure these days. I think she's come a long way. And I think she's also pretty intelligent. So, I can't help but get behind her and what she's about. But Cardi B, don't interact. Mm-hmm. Unless you're listening to the podcast, in which case, I don't know, I'm fucking poor. You can skyrocket this thing's popularity. Go for it. That's the secret. If you have a small podcast, you can talk shit on anybody. Because the moment, like if some celebrity calls us out for something we say about them, all they've done is just help us.
It's true. Right? Yeah, we don't have to care about like hurting ourselves for like
unless we want to see exposure. If we still feel.
Speak for yourselves, guys.
So today,
I'm sorry, Dan doesn't want to hurt his future.
Yeah, seriously.
Which I will respect.
Your boy's got dreams and ambitions, man, and I can't have 30 years down the line. Someone's like,
you can't have 30.
30 years down the line, you don't want to be associated with trash talking Cardi B.
No, it's more. I just don't want to be associated with racist shit.
We don't say racist shit though.
Oh man, we definitely have.
Hey, all I'm saying is anything I said about gamers being oppressed,
it was all jokes.
I meant it.
It was.
I'm doubling down. Fuck it, I'm doubling down.
Nah. I just gotta be a little careful. Gotta be a little careful out here. People be looking to shut me down all the time. I got enemies. That's not even true. I don't.
All right, Drake. Nice to meet you.
Am I? Is that a Drake thing?
That's a Drake thing. He says, I got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
Ah, shit. Fuck.
Got a lot of people trying to drain me of this energy.
See,
he's got like a lot of like magnetos or something just like sucking at his life force.
How do you think Magneto works?
You probably, honestly, it can't be good for your life force if he starts pulling on your iron in your blood.
I don't think that's draining though. I think that's just murder.
What's the difference?
The amount of time it takes. Like if you drain someone of all their blood, right? Like if you fucking like cut someone open and just let them drain. Oh man, this is going to a weird place. Whatever. If you cut someone open and let them drain, that's murder. Yeah, but like it's the draining part is what people are gonna focus on. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be like, oh, you killed a person, but it's how you killed them that matters.
Yeah. So like, let's say someone drains their blood out over the course of 10 minutes, or a vampire sucks all your blood out in 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. You still die.
Yeah.
You got drained. And if Magneto's pulling your blood out of your body, he's draining your body of its blood.
I feel like even in like modern stuff, vampires don't work that quickly. I feel like it's still like a couple of minutes.
Dude, you ever see like the ones where like the vampire gets on somebody and like 4 seconds later they're like a husk and they're old? Why do you become old?
I do love that.
Because they steal like the years off of your life. Like it's actually like
back, dude.
a literal like.
Yeah, that's how they live forever.
Yeah. That's how
I like the ones where they just kind of casually just live forever. Like that's just their thing.
Listen, I've been around for a while. I got food. I actually really like
enemies.
it when it's like a subversion and it's just like, nah, man, fucking we don't have to drink human blood. Human blood's just tasty. Just tastes bad. We've been feeding on cows for like 100 years, motherfucker. Listen, I'm gonna eat
I would
a person.
never feed on a cat. If I'm a vampire, I'm about to just straight up eat people. Like fuck it, dude.
You're about.
They're like, you don't have to do that. I'm like, whatever. It's too late now.
It's too late now. I'm
What
already in it.
are the cops gonna do? Arrest me? Oh no. They put me in handcuffs. Too bad I turned into a bat and left.
Or mist, depending on which vampire powers.
I think I'd rather be mist because
Mist
it
sounds
sounds
so
more
much
overpowered,
cooler.
but I think bat is more iconic.
It is. It definitely is.
So it's about like, do you want to be more iconic in the viral video or do you want to be more like efficient?
That's true. I
I want to be more iconic.
I also would ask, like, I feel like that doesn't affect at least you and I. Like, that would really not affect us because, oh no, we don't get to go out during the day. Oh,
I don't leave my house.
darn it.
See,
Curses.
I think what you guys need in your life is What We Do in the Shadows. I think you
I
might
love
like that movie.
Yeah,
I don't.
Vladislav Kat.
I've actually,
I'm a big fan.
I've heard the name actually, but I fucking, I haven't seen it. Odds are
It's
real
pretty
good
funny.
if you name a movie, I haven't seen it.
It's dark comedy. I think you'd like it.
Ooh.
It's
Ooh. Actually,
I'm operating off memory right now, but it's like 4 vampires that like from drastically
Yeah.
different time periods that are all like roommates.
that actually sounds pretty good. I won't lie.
Yeah, it's really funny.
It is really funny. Speaking of vampires, who's your favorite fictional vampire?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not familiar with a lot of fictional vampires, so I might have to do the cop-out answer and go with the classic Dracula. Because,
Lame.
see,
well, you were right about being a
not
cop-out answer.
I know. I'm, oh shoot, I just remembered that I watched like all the Blade movies, and Blade is a vampire.
Blade is
More
a
of a
vampire?
daywalker, but okay.
Oh, fine, he's a daywalker. He's half vampire.
Well, first of all, I don't get how that works, but okay.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
He's like, oh, you're half vampire, so you get all the strengths of a vampire, but none of the weaknesses. Have fun,
I don't think that's how
Why
vampires.
don't vampires just bang humans?
right?
Because humans
Why
are
is-
lesser.
'cause it just-
why is
Fucking, you
Blade
can't
such a-
corrupt the
Is-
bloodline, my dude.
Is he lesser though? Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, no, he's better.
Nah, vampires are super
literally
racist.
operate on like extreme bloodline purity racism.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
So they don't like Blade 'cause he's black?
Why has
Yeah.
nobody
Stupid.
made a movie about vampire Nazis?
Probably because Nazis
Several
are
reasons.
like traditionally associated with the occult, so it's a lot easier to make Nazi occult movies.
But like,
Nazi Cthulhu.
ooh, I would
And
watch
it's
Nazi
like,
Thulu.
have you seen Wolfenstein? That entire series is based on like
That's
the
true.
concept
Nazi Cthulhu.
of
That's
Nazi
true.
occult.
Those are good games.
They're fun.
I haven't played the most recent one. It's a little sad.
Neither have I.
The game's sad or you're sad because of it?
I'm sad because of
Both.
it. Because like, ain't nobody got that kind of time, you know?
Yeah, you know what game I've been playing? You know what game I've been playing?
What you been
Which game?
playing?
Marvel Spider-Man.
Oh, it's
Dude,
so
I've
good.
heard such good things.
It's so good, my
It
dude.
is some of the most fun I've had in years.
It is.
I don't like superheroes, but I love this game. And I love Spider-Man because of it. Also because of Spider-Man 2, because that's just a fantastic time.
It is
Yeah,
a
man.
fun
I mean,
movie.
it is. It also like, yeah, no, just yes. It's literally everything I've enjoyed about it is it's perfect. It's a perfect Spider-Man game, or pretty damn
Yeah.
close.
Speaking of Spider-Man
Everything's good
2,
except for the
though,
Mary Jane missions. I didn't buy Marvel's Mary Jane, that's all I'm saying.
I have heard her missions were a little tedious if like
Yeah.
you were not into stealth gameplay in your action
I was
game.
talking with somebody at work about that, and they were like, "You don't like playing as it because she's a girl?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"No,
you
it's
figured it
because
out,
she
man.
doesn't have spider powers." Like,
Well, thank goodness you figured it out,
was
dude.
just a journalist, and Mary Jane had spider powers. I would want to play as Mary Jane, but because Mary Jane is a journalist and Peter Parker has spider powers, I want to play as Peter Parker.
Exactly.
I don't want to not web sling. And that's when web slinging is an option.
Although about Spider-Man 2, you know what I never realized until like 2 months ago? Sam
What's up?
Raimi, who like directed, I did not realize he was like an iconic horror director.
Yeah, he's the Evil Dead guy.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
he's
right,
like the
he
Evil
is.
Dead guy. He's connected
he's-
with a lot of Drag Me to Hell. He's connected with a lot of horror
Yeah.
movies. Like well respected in the community, and that suddenly makes so much more sense why that one scene where Doc Ock is in like the surgery room is so uncomfortably dark compared to the rest of the movie where his arms just kill everybody, you know?
Yeah, I love, honestly, like that Spider-Man 2 is maybe the best superhero movie. I'd say it.
Man, that's
I wouldn't.
I don't know if I can
since
buy
you
that.
haven't seen a lot of horror or a lot of superhero movies recently, I'll accept your answer for that.
Yeah.
But I would.
How do you beat it?
I would pick a couple others above it, but it is a very
it's
fun
very good.
movie.
I would actually pick
I will
one of the
not
new.
argue
I would
that it's
actually
fun.
pick the new Spider-Man above it. Homecoming.
You think
Shoot.
Spider-Man Homecoming?
Homecoming was amazing, my dude.
Homecoming
I
was a
don't know.
fun movie.
Homecoming was really fucking good.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies are so fun
They
to
are.
watch
They are,
and just
absolutely.
laugh at.
I feel like
Jeff and I sat down with it was an awful drink. It was like Everclear mixed with blue curacao and
Jesus
pineapple
Christ.
juice.
Why do you hate yourself? Who
Because
hurt
it was
you?
it was the Always Sunny drink. We sat down and we watched them with that, and it was a trip. But my goodness, that movie was so fun to watch like that.
Yeah, I can see it. Spider-Man 3 is bad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1 is pretty good, and Spider-Man 2 is honestly fantastic.
Spider-Man 2 is
Spider-Man 3
definitely
is a freaking disaster.
Yeah, it's bad.
So-
it's just real bad.
You just reminded me of garbage drinks. Have any of you heard of an Irish trash can?
Isn't that?
No, but I love Irish car bombs.
It is 1 part blue curacao, 1 part gin, 1 part rum, 1 part peach schnapps, 1 part triple sec, 1 part vodka. Put ice on it, and then what you do is you take a can of Red Bull and like finagle it against the top so that as you drink out of it, the Red Bull like fills up, keeps refilling it.
Good
Hell
Lord.
yeah.
It is amazing. It's really
Sounds
fucking good.
horrific.
No, it's real
You ever had
good.
an adios, motherfucker?
I have not.
I will look up the recipe real quick. I just know it's basically just like 6 shots in a cup.
It's kind of like a Long Island iced tea, but you don't do the courtesy of topping it off with anything.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely inhuman. I'll look it up real quick here once Google Chrome decides it wants to function.
I'll wait till he's done before I suddenly switch topics.
Since you switched back to alcohol after we had finally moved so far away from it.
I
The
just
adios,
remembered it.
motherfucker.
Boy, fucking be clever. Then no one's edit this in right after our alcohol conversation.
It's got
No, it won't flow.
got
won't flow.
a shot of vodka, a shot of rum, a shot of gin, a shot of tequila, 2 ounces of sweet and sour, 1 ounce of like Sprite, and then a shot of blue curacao.
See, the thing I love about drinks like that is it's clear that they were created by people who don't even care what it tastes like, because it's awful. That's awful.
I don't know that I fully agree with you. Like I said, the Irish garbage can was actually pretty solid.
See, but I hear all that, and then I can accept mixing a lot of things, but as soon as you put gin into that, gin is a very present flavor.
Excuse you, I love gin.
I love gin as well, but it is a very present flavor.
I
And
don't like gin, and I did not taste the gin.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
I mean,
when you're mixing it with like an entire can of Red Bull, that's different.
That's
Yeah.
part of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, have you guys ever had an Irish car bomb? Hey, Kat,
I
stop
think I
doing that.
have. Remind me what's in that?
It's Guinness,
It is-
and then you drop a shot of Bailey's into it, if
Yes,
memory
I
serves.
have. I have.
Yeah,
Or
you
is it just
Guinness,
whiskey?
Guinness and a shot of Jameson in it,
Jameson,
and
my
then you
mistake.
and then you drop a shot of Bailey's in it and chug it.
See, here's my thing. I'm not a huge fan of Bailey's.
What?
Why?
'Cause
that's
I-
the closest thing to perfection we have.
I
That's
don't like
a
the
big what?
creaminess of it, which I get is the
Dude.
point.
You make yourself a hot chocolate, and then you drown it with some
See,
Jameson. It's
I would-
the
yeah,
You
best
put any,
drink.
But I would do that.
milkshake with Bailey's.
But like
perfect.
as a
If you
as
just
a
drink Bailey's,
yeah
perfect.
as a shot
Ever
of
drink Bailey's from
something
a shoe?
in another thing, it's just really noticeable and really creamy to me, and I don't really like that texture. But if I were doing it,
it
in
works
like
in an Irish car bomb
what?
because Guinness is so chocolatey and malty that like when you put a shot of Bailey's in
I've
it,
had
it
it.
makes it almost like drinking chocolate milk. It's great.
I've had it and it was good. I wouldn't do it again because I don't like the texture of Bailey's. It's still pretty
Do
noticeable.
you not like milk?
Not really. No, I'm actually lactose
Oh.
intolerant.
Well, I found a problem.
Really?
Not a huge amount. Not in the same way that our friend is.
Yeah, that helped out a lot. So I know what we're talking about now.
Oh,
Are you talking about my brother's girlfriend?
Yes, I just didn't
Okay.
want to call her out on the podcast.
I'll call her out. My freaking goodness.
Fucking fine, do it then. But yeah, not in the same way that she is, just in like I feel my stomach gets all fucked up and I take fucking water shits for like 3 hours.
Seems you are a bitch.
See, my beef with like
I feel like
lactose
it's not a bitch.
intolerant people.
That's
You got problems
an
with them?
allergy.
You hate
Yeah,
'em?
they sit there
Okay,
and they're
let's
just
go.
like, "Oh man, I'm lactose intolerant. Oh man," and they make a big deal out of it. But then you see them like they're eating ice cream, and they're like, "I thought you were lactose intolerant." And they're like, "I'll put up with it." And
I
it's
mean,
like,
that's
no.
exactly what it is.
Well, have you ever denied yourself dairy?
Yeah, seriously.
Let me tell you, for
yeah.
my
I eat
vegan
pizza all the time, and cheese and all that stuff. I know that it's going to come back and haunt me.
See,
I also should talk about my vegan experience here.
oh, I
you
do
should.
need to hear
Since
about
I
that.
totally forgot to
because
talk
that
about my
lasted,
vegan.
what, 5 days?
It was 6.
6 days.
6
I respect
days.
that.
Really 6.5, but whatever. So I decided I was going to be vegan for, the idea was for a month, but really just for as long as I could do it without hating myself forever.
Yeah,
And it turned out to be 6 days. I made it 6 days.
I respect that.
Really, like it was, the first day was just me eating like some, fresh vegetables, and I had a black bean patty, and it was really pretty good.
But
Day
you can
2,
only
I
eat
had like
vegetables
some.
and black bean patties so many days in a row.
That's the thing, yeah. Day 2, I had a soy patty, and I was like, this is not very good, but it's passable as a meat substitute, and it goes well with like some seasoning. So I was like, I'm gonna have another one of those. The next day I had another one of those, and I was like, this is just not good. Then I bought these super greens patties, which were just basically like spinach, like minced broccoli, all these other just like green things mixed together in a patty. And I love green things. I love vegetables. So I was like, this shouldn't be that bad. No matter how much I cooked it, it wouldn't get firm enough that I could pick it up with a spatula and
that's
turn it over.
nasty.
It was absolutely disgusting. It was mushy. It was goopy. It was just everything you don't want to eat.
I feel like if
And,
that was in like a burrito with some other stuff, it might be okay.
Well, I was eating everything out of tortillas because,
yeah.
bread's not vegan. But tortillas
Oh,
are.
yeah.
So I was eating everything out of tortillas. So I basically made tacos out of it. I ate 2 of the 4 small patties. I went to go bite into the third, and I was gagging.
Ew.
So I just threw it out and was like, I'm done eating for tonight. I ate a lot of almonds. Almonds were what kept me alive the next couple of days, and I stopped eating because I tried to eat one of the soy patties again, and it made me feel like gagging. So I was like, I'm not gonna eat this. So I ate like some cucumbers, some peppers, carrots, broccoli, all these vegetables, and nuts. And let me tell you, on day 6, I didn't break because I didn't plan on it. I thought I was going to. I was joking about it on Twitter, and I was like, whatever, I'll keep going. Then I went to go work on the new place that I'm moving into, which is a house. And we were ripping up the floor, and one of my housemates, he went out and he grilled up a 4-pound like steak, basically, like a big old like porterhouse, and came back in and sliced it up, and it was like a perfect like medium rare, and everyone was just like eating it, and I was like, fuck it, dude, I am not being a vegan anymore. I'm gonna eat this steak if it kills me. And then I ate like a pound of steak, and life was good.
There you go. See, I was vegetarian
turned back.
for, I think I was vegetarian for like 2 months, but I was a bad vegetarian because I was working at Chick-fil-A. So there wasn't a lot of options. So I ate fries and a salad every day. And any of the health benefits of being vegetarian were lost when you eat fries and salad every day. But that was my vegetarian options. So
That's the thing. Like being like vegan, being vegetarian, it's not bad for you.
no.
Being vegan long term actually kind of is.
yeah, there's
but,
not good ways it can play out 90% of the time.
After a long time, but like do it for a year and you'll be in pretty good shape, on pretty good condition. It's just important that you manage to like maintain actually getting the calories your body needs, which is really hard to do without meat.
Exactly. You need to see. That's the issue I have with another issue I have. I know some vegan people, and I got no beef with vegans.
I hate them. I hate them.
No,
Yeah,
like
can't
not
stand it.
meaning to joke.
Every bit of them. Every vegan I've ever met.
Solid.
Yeah, I got no beef with them.
A friend of mine was saying, hey, I'm thinking of going vegan, but I also know this friend goes to the gym a lot. So I'm like, hey, just make sure that you keep up your protein intake because that's going to be important for you.
It's true.
Because protein is what rebuilds your muscles. And if you plan on not being like a weak vegan, you need to eat a lot of proteins.
If you don't want to be a bitch.
And this other vegan friend of mine was like, actually, protein isn't that necessary for you. And she linked me to like 7 different vegan articles. And I'm like, dude, protein's important. My brother's a bodybuilder. I know what I'm talking about. He's not like really a bodybuilder, but he like heavily is in that culture. of like making himself healthy.
Yeah.
So like I know these things now. You know, it's don't try and tell me that it's not important to
yeah,
have
if you're saying
protein.
that, you're lying to yourself.
Exactly.
Also, I imagine the articles were from like Vegan News Daily, which has got to be reliable when
yeah.
it comes to talking about meat.
You know it.
Yeah, basically, my takeaway from my vegan experience is that it's a terrible way to live my life, and for other people they can do it, but I just was like, the thing is, I spent every day being miserable that I was a vegan.
Right. It is very
And like
much
maybe
not
that
for
goes
everybody.
away, but like if I have to be like, I'm not gonna be eating meat today, and like go out of my way and like struggle and eat all these things I don't like that make me gag, like. And the thing is, I like vegetables. I'm not saying like I can't eat broccoli. It makes me sick.
Yeah, but
like,
it's not
forcing
because you
myself
hate
to
vegetables. It's
live
because
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unsustainable, and regardless of whether or not it may have some health benefits, it's just not for me.
I really want to make some really solid points of vegetarianism isn't bad, but then I'm also like in the kitchen right now. I have steak sitting in salt, ready to be cooked. So I am not the spokesman of vegetarian lifestyle right now.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not.
It's so nice though. You toss it in, and then you can make a sauce out of what sticks to the pan, and you cook your mushrooms in that. Then you have rice, mushrooms, and steak in a wine sauce, and that's what you eat for the rest of the week.
Exactly.
At least that's my plan. I don't know what. I'm sorry, Dan. Do you have time to cook every day?
No,
I know
I'm
I
just,
don't.
how much, like, I can't comprehend having a single, like, a steak or even a bunch of steak and being able to, like, hang on to it ration it for the full week.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I had
see,
that problem.
You
Like,
cut
I
it
would
up
eat it
into
in, like-
strips, and then you take those strips and you distribute them between 4 containers, and however many the 4 containers get, it's just what they get. And then you split up your 10 ounces of mushrooms between the 3 of those as well.
4. You
And
said
would eat
4.
them
on your
all.
bed of rice, it works out pretty well.
See, you have better self-control than I do, because my ass would be like, but what if I just sneak into tomorrow's container? What if I just grab a little bit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have downtime. Tomorrow I have band practice, so I'm literally leaving work and driving 45 minutes to Erie. I don't have time to not have food for Thursday.
That's fair.
Spoiler alert, today is Tuesday.
I mean, you do. It's called hitting up a fucking store, like something on your way up.
I mean, I probably will because I'm going to be eating that stuff for lunch and I need some dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'd rather not eat 2 meals out a day because that's not how you maintain fiscal responsibility.
Whoa.
Excuse me?
Whoa.
Are you trying to say something to me?
I feel attacked.
I'm just saying, I,
feel
don't make the kind of
personally
money
attacked
where
right
I can
now.
eat out all the time. Corey's
Tell
cheap,
me
but it's not that
McDonald's
cheap.
for lunch and dinner.
No,
Not good.
I'm sorry. It's Subway for lunch. McDonald's for
Subway
dinner.
sucks. Hot take.
I mean, you're allowed to have that, and I can't completely disagree with it. I prefer it over something like Jimmy John's because I like hot subs rather than cold.
I actually
I'm a
haven't
hot
had
Subway.
Jimmy John's, but I do love hot subs.
Like,
So if Jimmy John's doesn't do hot subs,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't care for them.
Yeah, I'm not. I need my subs toasted.
See, they don't fill their subs enough is my problem. And I know
That
if you
is
go to like
100% depends on which one you go to. The one here on campus fills
and that
fills
is
theirs as
the
much as you want.
problem. If you
Yeah.
go to like, I need product consistency, and Subway is not giving me that. So I go to Country Fare, and guess what Country Fare does? The same medium filled sub no matter where I go.
Man, I forgot all about Country Fair, honestly.
I did too.
It's been so
I'm not
long.
gonna lie to you. Country Fair is a
Yeah.
gas station in our hometown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Co-Fair, as the kids call
Co-Fair.
it. It's basically
Co-Fair.
a gas station convenience store, and they have like they get subs in there.
It's-
that
It's
are-
like
It's
Wawa
7-Eleven.
or
It's
whatever
7-Eleven.
the 7-Eleven. There we go.
No, it's
I was gonna say
not
whatever
Wawa.
the-
It's definitely 7-Eleven.
Yeah, it's a step down from Wawa, but it has better food than 7-Eleven.
That I'll agree with. It's. I don't even have a good middle ground because I don't go to gas stations
Sheets.
because I don't drive.
Sheets is a middle
Sheets.
ground between Country
Yeah.
Fair.
no,
and-
dude, Sheets is
and,
so much
uh,
better than Country Fair.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is, but it's
But-
also not as good. I hate to say it, but it's not as good as Wawa.
I think
Yeah,
they're on
no,
the
it's
same
not.
level.
I'll
They're-
accept that they're on the same level.
They're definitely close. Yeah.
They got like
here in
the
Texas,
appetizer
we have,
game
uh,
down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
they
true.
do. See, here in Texas, we have what's called Buc-ee's, which is honestly not very great.
It reminds me of a trucker restaurant that used to be near my old house. It was called the Buckhorn.
The Buckhorn.
also known as Buc-ee's.
See, Buc-ee's is like, its whole thing is that it's big. That's it. Like, it's a gas station that has like 100 pumps.
Huh.
So they're massive. There's probably like 50 of them or so. They're like spread throughout the state, and they have like a wall of like soda. But the problem is they have a wall of soda, so it's like 10 soda machines, and all of them have the same 10 options on them.
Oh.
So they really have like Dr. Pepper, Coke, and Pepsi.
Well,
but they make it seem like they have like
disappointing.
Yeah, it's very, very disappointing.
At
And
least,
they
like,
sell a whole bunch of stuff that's like, don't mess with Texas, and I love Buc-ee's. And it's just,
so they're like,
why make a store that
they're
sells
like
your
a
own
gas
merch?
station that's a tourist trap. They're
a gas station tourist trap,
They're
and
like
people
those
swear by
gas
it.
station truck stops that you see when you're like traveling places and you stop there because it's the only gas station for miles. And then
Yes.
you walk inside because you need to use the bathroom and you see so much tacky stuff.
Well, the
and
nice
then,
thing
like,
about Buc-ee's, though, like the
guns
nicest
and
thing is that
knives
they're very, very
inexplicably.
clean.
Oh, they're clean.
Like, Buc-ee's is very,
Nice.
very clean. Yeah, that's like their whole
I
thing.
mean, I'm sold. I need a clean gas
like,
station.
Exactly. It's not bad. Like, I don't hate it, but I just think it's very overrated and underwhelming. Mm-hmm. Like, why have a building the size of Walmart if you're just gonna fill it with shirts that say "I went to Buc-ee's" and the same 12 sodas on a giant wall? And you can get like food there, like sheet style, but you can only get like hot dogs, and that's pretty much it. They don't have a lot of, and you can like type in your order, but they just don't have that much variety.
12 Sodas on a Giant Wall is the name of my new album.
That's a good name for an album. Mine's gonna be 12 sodas on the wall,
I feel like that.
and it's just gonna be Pink Floyd's album, The Wall. But I'm gonna rename all the songs to soda names, and I'm gonna change
Shit.
the
I won't lie that you-
text on it to say Coke or Pepsi.
you
You're
got
like-
you got me.
You're like one of the hip, like, young people restaurants that has all their natural stuff and their fun names. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a sandwich
I
place
love
near
pun
here
names.
called Picasso's. And
Yeah, I've been there.
yeah, they're fantastic. And they got all these pretentious names for all their sandwiches, and I love it. Because it's all like artists, and I don't know who these artists are, but like I can laugh at them anyway. But then they like, this is unrelated to anything because I just remembered this now, but they have this one sandwich that's ham and Twinkies and cheese.
Ew.
And I looked at that on the menu and I asked the girl, I'm like, is that really Twinkies on a sandwich? She's like, yeah, it's actually not too terrible. And I'm just like, oh,
You guys
What a
ever
vote
had
of
fried
confidence.
Twinkies?
I have.
I have.
They're very
Fucking-
nice.
They're
Fine.
They're so good.
I'm a fried Oreos guy.
I was gonna say fried
Oreos are the
Oreos are
shit.
by far superior.
Yeah.
But they're pretty nice.
My problem with stuff like that is that I have a hell of a sweet tooth, and as such, I have a hell of a teeth problem. And so I can only eat like 2 or 3 of them before my mouth hates me, and also so does my stomach.
Fried cookie dough.
Fried
that's
cookie
my,
dough's
That's my main. That's my main.
amazing.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So, like, can we all agree that, like, the reason, like, okay, so I'm assuming it happened to you guys, but, like, you know, when I was growing up, you know, my family made cookies every now and again, and
Crazy.
not to brag, but they were pretty alright cookies.
Whatever.
It took me until I was like, honestly, till I was like 18 to realize that the whole like, oh, fucking candy cookie dough, it's bad for you thing was just fucking them. They just don't want me eating the cookie dough because then there wouldn't be any cookies.
Yeah, no, you actually can't get salmonella from
Yeah,
my
but
friend
like
John got salmonella from it.
statistically, how many people
Yeah.
have?
My friend John, he got really sick.
That is okay. All right, man.
It's not
Out of like
funny,
the
but
30 friends I have, that's a pretty good number.
yeah, 1 in 30 is a decent. I haven't gotten sick yet, but
Let's see. I'm gonna Google.
That's
odds
my
of getting
good luck.
salmonella from raw cookie.
Yeah, I haven't
Dough.
either, but you know, every day I wake up and I play, I test God. I look him
About
in the
1
eyes
in
and say,
every
I'm going to eat this.
20,000 eggs is contaminated, and that number decreases every year. Nah, man. Nah. Play those odds.
Well, John got unlucky, I guess.
Fucking play
or
those
he got
odds.
really lucky.
Fuck that. Nah,
rest-
I will eat raw cookie
rest
dough
in
till the
peace,
day I
John.
die. Fuck that.
Yeah, well, I've eaten it. He's not dead. John is very well.
Thank goodness.
He's
Okay, yeah, that's fuck me.
he's very healthy these days. He's good. But imagine if like I mean, I don't think eating 20,000 like batches of cookie dough is even possible in a lifetime. I mean, I guess it is. Who am I to say it's not possible? But it just seems like you'd have to really try to eat that much. What's the number for bad shrimp? It's something that's way more common and scary than you'd think.
I mean, I don't want to think about it because I really like shrimp, so don't ruin this for me if you would.
Oh no, I've eaten like a pound of shrimp before. And just like in one sitting, just cold shrimp. Just
That sounds good though.
sick from shrimp. All right. The dreaded winter vomiting. Is this what I'm looking for? I don't really want to read this whole article. It's too big. This news about shrimp may help you make you swear it up forever. In 16% of cooked, ready-to-eat shrimp, we found several bacteria, including Vibrio and E. coli.
Ooh, my favorite.
I do like me some E. coli.
As for raw shrimp, they found that 60% of contained one of 4 types of bacteria that can cause disease in humans. So just eat your shrimp cooked. Obviously, who doesn't eat cooked shrimp?
I mean, dumb people?
Yeah, it's true.
Holy shit. Wait, we're getting a Kim Possible movie in 2019?
Don't do
No,
that.
wait, hold on.
Stop
Who?
doing
Hold
it.
up. Who the fuck is starring? Hold up.
Probably
Starring Sadie Stanley and Sean Giambrone.
Oh boy, 2 people I've never heard of before.
Best known for his
starring
role
in a
as
movie
as
for an
Adam
animated
Goldberg in
property
The
that's only
Goldbergs.
being cashed in on for nostalgic value 10 years after the fact.
Nah, man, that
because
movie
now
was-
the people who
that
watched
show-
it as a kid can financially support this new venture.
I mean,
and regardless of what happens, Disney will make boatloads of money because people are stupid and nostalgic and have weird value for things that should have just gone away.
You mean like Spider-Man 2?
Hey now.
Wait, me saying I like Spider-Man 2 is
Fucking
very different than
wrecked.
me saying I want a Kim
Fucking-
Possible live action movie.
Fucking wrecked.
Yeah, I couldn't possibly care less about a Kim Possible like live movie or
watched
Kim Possible in general because I
watched
never
it
watched
a
the show.
ton as a
It's
kid.
just it's so far removed. You know, Kim Possible. There's not been a new episode of Kim Possible in what 6 years at least.
Easily.
Oh, no, man. This is how
Probably
they
more
bring
than
back the
that. I'm
series.
being-
Fucking they're Samurai Jack and this shit.
Hopefully they are not actually. I hope they're not. But yeah, I think there's definitely a bit of an extreme to say that me thinking Spider-Man 2 is a good movie
No,
is the
man.
same as you getting
thing.
excited for
Same
Kim Possible
thing.
movie.
Same
Spider-Man's
thing.
never left the public eye though, and it was also a
That's
sequel to a
true.
movie that was well received.
Same thing.
Sometimes I just wish I could live in a world of delusions like you do.
Ah, man,
Sometimes
it's
I
great
wish I
over
could
here.
just
It's real
slap
good.
Dan because I need to be able to slap him, but I just can't.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
he's
can never
so
record the
far
podcast
away.
in the same room. I'll just stab Dan.
I mean,
I'll just fucking stab him. It's just not gonna end well.
Jackson, I'm going to PAX East this year. You want to come with? Dan's going to go. We can record a podcast in the same
I will
room.
stab Dan.
do
It'll
it.
be great.
Do it. Come at me, bruh. Bruh.
Just fucking whip out a gun and just this is the end.
This is
Oh,
the
you
end.
gotta broadcast. You gotta put the episode live though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Like, Dan would literally die on air, and I'd be like, well, sorry, guys. I promised Jackson I would put it up. You're, meanwhile, like, in prison. I'm alone on the podcast.
Well, how'd I
It's
be
just
in
you.
that? Yeah,
Jesus.
that'd be a pretty good ending. Honestly, that's gonna have to happen.
Yeah,
Go
I mean,
back to the
eventually.
super special edition unreleased intro episode I recorded by myself just so I could get my like RSS feeds set up.
Is there a lost episode? Do we have a lost episode?
We do. It's like 3 minutes of me talking about how, hey, I'm here to do this. Sometimes there might be people, sometimes there might not.
And then it
Sounds
turns
like a
out
really
there were
bad
always
episode.
people. There was no
Yeah, it
escape.
was-
I mean,
a
this
really
was
bad
a pretty bad
episode.
episode, so it's kind of like, well, I'm just waiting. By next week, your homework assignment is to have found a live action version of an animated movie that is just good as a movie.
Not counting the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's not a cartoon usually. And I mean, I guess if you really want to say, well, the X-Men movies, Days of Future Past is technically the same property as the X-Men cartoon.
But we're not going to play that game because
because
that's
it's talking about
a
source
huge
material.
cop
No,
out.
I'm gonna be honest. I've been rolling through stuff and I haven't been able to find anything yet. So you may be correct. I will accept it. You know what movie was offensive to the source material? Fucking Aragon.
The M. Night Shyamalan. Oh, yeah.
Nah,
Wait, which one did you say?
Aragon. Did you ever read those books?
Oh yeah, that was such a bad.
It was a
movie.
bad movie.
That still makes me
Percy
angry.
Actually-
Jackson. Did you guys see the Percy Jackson movie?
I
Nah.
did. That was
That was so
almost
bad.
as offensive to the source material as Aragon was.
Yeah, Aragon was so bad.
I
Aragon
can't
was
believe
really
that.
frustrating.
What's his name? Christopher Paolini. I think he was actually involved in the making of that movie too. And
I think he was too,
can't
or maybe he just
believe
like got. I mean, Heath Ledger was in that movie, dude.
I'm gonna say.
Was he?
Yeah, he plays like Aragon's cousin.
Mentor. Brom.
No,
No, he plays
Heath Ledger's not play his mentor.
No, he did not.
Robert.
That was not him. That was Obi-Wan. What's his name?
Yeah,
Oh,
Ewan
right,
McGregor.
right,
Ewan
right,
McGregor.
right.
Yeah, no, Heath Ledger plays like the cousin who goes out to war in the very beginning of the movie.
Ron.
I don't even know if he has a
I wanna say
name worth
Rob.
mentioning.
Hold on. I used to actually. I'm not gonna lie. Love the shit out of those books. Real cool world building. Really cool.
I liked them a
building.
lot. Have you looked over them since you were like 16?
No, they definitely haven't aged well, and I know
Do
for a
not.
fact.
They,
Yeah.
they don't
Do
age
not.
well. They age very poorly. Like the last time I read through them, which was like 6 or 7 years ago, they were not holding up, and I stopped because I didn't want to hurt
kind of like
myself.
when you read through a book written by a 16-year-old when you're 14, it sounds awesome, and then you read through it when you're 20, you're like, this is
and it's like,
clearly
oh
written by
yes,
a
this is
16-year-old.
very
Roran,
much.
that was his name. Roran. Roran.
Roran. Yeah, sure. Heath Ledger plays Roran.
Sorry. No,
okay, I forget.
The world build. I loved
does
the world
not,
building in
though.
that.
That's Christopher Egan.
Heath Ledger's there. I'm
He's
positive Heath
not.
Ledger's there.
He's not. I was just on Heath Ledger's IMDb page, and he's not
Damn,
credited
really?
in this movie.
I don't know why I guess I just remember him being there. I haven't watched that. I watched that movie once, and I've never touched it again. So
I remember
guess
that
you got me there.
movie being the first movie that I watched like growing up that actually made me angry. That actually, like, I physically was pissed that I had to watch that movie.
That's
I think
fair.
my biggest was probably not Aragon because I didn't watch it until I had long since read the books. Like I let it stew.
That was
Oh shoot!
2006.
It wasn't Ewan McGregor either. That was Jeremy Irons as Brom. What am I
we're
on?
bad, man.
Yeah.
They must have had a great casting director, honestly. If they can get people that convincingly made us remember Ewan McGregor and
I didn't know John Malkovich
Heath
was in it.
Ledger.
They had John Malkovich, Jeremy
the bad guy, I think.
Irons. Yeah,
Well, John Malkovich is always the bad guy. Come on.
That's true.
Gary
like his thing.
Lewis. There were a lot of good people in this movie.
And the news.
The problem is that the story was no bueno.
no, it was
Yeah, it was so
not.
bad. They were like, "Hey, what do they do in the first 2 books?" I don't know. Yeah, me neither. Let's just make a movie.
Yeah.
And they kind of remembered a little bit of it.
Well, and like, yeah,
Like a big oof. Just looking at this list,
Yeah.
I'm just like oof
yeah.
the whole time. Oh,
You know, movie series, 2 movie series are way better than they have any fucking right to be.
what?
What?
Both animated. The Kung Fu Panda series and the How to Train Your Dragon series.
I have
Yeah,
not
both good.
seen How to Train Your Dragon, but there is. I'm so angry at Kung Fu Panda for actually being a decent series.
So good.
It's very
Like,
upsetting, yes.
It
I
takes
actually-
a dip as it goes on, but it still 100% achieves everything it sets out to do, which is make a fun kung fu movie.
Yeah.
And it does it well, and I'm
it has
so
furries.
angry at that. I'm
very
so angry at that.
I've only seen the first 2 of both of those series.
I have also, well, the third one for Dragon hasn't come out yet, has it?
Oh, it hasn't?
No, I think the third one
one
is
with,
is-
Girl Toothless?
No, I think it's coming out soon. Soon TM.
Okay.
And I haven't seen the third Kung Fu Panda movie, but I watched the first 2, and like, they're better than they have any right to be.
It's true.
I will say that my biggest complaint with Kung Fu Panda is that they have fucking Jackie Chan in there, and he has like 1 line per movie. But other than that,
Who does Jackie Chan play?
He
Is
plays
he
Monkey.
the,
Oh.
Yeah.
that's right. He is.
Jackie
Monkey.
Chan plays Monkey.
I know
He-
Lucy Liu is the snake. Or the mantis.
Oh,
or,
I did see
she's the
Kung Fu
snake.
Panda 3.
Did you?
This one was a little weak.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I can believe that.
But the
you know what,
first
though?
2 were.
Yeah.
The first 2 were really pretty solid.
back
You know what else has 2 solid movies at the beginning of this trilogy?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Nice,
dude.
guys. Nice. We brought it all the way
saying
back
it.
around.
And this is a good spot for us
That
to
is
end,
good.
I
Yeah.
think.
No, I can't be mad. That was a solid.
Can we end it on just me saying Spider-Man?
No, we
All
gotta
right,
do
so-
plugs.
Yeah, let's get our plugs.
Oh, yeah, that's
Jackson,
right.
I want to have you take it off. No.
That's very personal. That's a very personal question.
I want to have you. Really? That's the
yeah.
sax line you're going to
Yeah,
go with?
I like that sax. I couldn't think of that one off the top of my head. I knew it was like
couldn't
right on the
think
tip
of-
of
okay.
my head, but I couldn't think of it.
Okay, Jackson.
So yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/Jacksonium where I stream frequently. You can find me at twitter.com/Jacksonium as well, where I'm at
With
a lot.
2
and on
M's.
Tumblr. Two M's on Twitter and on Tumblr at Jacksonium where I just post great content.
It's true.
I think that's pretty much everything I do with my life. I'm
Content.
Yif Daddy on Snapchat and Instagram. Don't add me on those; it'd be weird.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know why
it.
you would plug
Yeah,
it if
list
you
it.
don't. Whatever.
Just to say it, just to make people know that they can't have everything they want.
Just so you can deny them.
Fuck it, dude. Dan, you're next.
All right. I'm actually real talk. I haven't been able to. I literally have had no time to stream in the past like month and a half. It's pissing me off.
It's true.
Thank God.
It actually like it's really upsetting. But hopefully by the time this goes up, I will be on my new schedule, which is Wednesday, Friday, Saturday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. Come watch me play games. And I also have at twitch.tv/BornToRule. I'm also on Twitter, BornToRule57, and I've been trying to get better about posting stuff. And yeah, I have an Insta,
better.
but fuck it.
Every now and then I log into the Off the Air Twitter page where you can find us at shoot,
nice.
I forgot what it was. The Off the Air on Twitter. And the only posts I have since I follow the three of us are you and Jackson, because I never post on Twitter.
Hey, I'm getting better and you're not getting better, and that's fine.
I'm staying pretty average for what my Twitter history has been, yeah. So, to plug myself, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at Bubba the Bad, or Bubba the Bad, BUBBADABAD. That's where you can find me pretty much anytime. For the podcast, we have facebook.com/OTA podcast, twitter.com/theofftheair, and patreon.com/offtheair. But the biggest thing, the most important thing you can do to help us, because this is legitimately super, super freaking helpful, review us on iTunes. Give us that nice 5-star and a nice comment, even a mean comment. Say mean things if you want.
Yeah, call me dumb.
But give us that 5-star review, because that gives us distribution to reach the people. And I think you guys will agree with me. In 7 episodes, because this is episode 7, holla, what's up? We have improved so incredibly much from episode 1.
Except for this episode, yes. Honestly, I feel like this episode was a little weak, but you know what? Let's let the people decide.
You know what? I think you're a little weak, okay? But
accurate.
Content-wise, nothing's gonna beat, like, Juggalo Home Improvement, but, like...
Yeah, that was honestly the pinnacle.
It's a shame that we peaked in our content in episode 1, but quality-wise, we have gotten so much better every single episode, and... we're comfortable with people knowing about us now, so give us that review on Apple Podcasts or Google Play or whatever else you might listen to us on, because 5 stars are 5 stars, and it really helps.
Yeah, I'm really wanting to get people to actually listen to us, so it's not just me sending it to my friends every time we upload a new episode. That's getting real.
I don't even send it to my friends.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess this is just me then, and I feel weird.
I post it on your Discord, and then I share it on Twitter.
I feel
I'm ashamed
real
of this
weird now.
podcast. I don't tell anybody. People are like, do you do a podcast? I'm like, oh, please don't talk to me.
All right.
No more questions.
No further questions. My client has no further comments at this time.
No further questions.
The big final question is, vote in our poll that doesn't exist. Just kind of tweet at us or message me on something. What should be the next song Jackson covers?
Oh shit! Is this gonna be a thing? Because I kind of don't hate it as a thing.
Can I put my vote out there?
No.
You can.
I want to do. Oh, wow, rude. I want to do a cover of Hero by Chad Kroeger from the Spider-Man movies.
Shoot.
All right. On that note, I think
we're off the air. We like Spider-Man 2.